What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about The Sun and the Star by Rick Riordan and Mark Oshiro. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I saw the comments, I saw everybody going, why hasn't she read The Sun and the Star yet? And it's because I got it confused with Chalice of the Gods, and I'm like, Chalice of the Gods isn't out yet, guys. But it's fine, I fixed it, I have now read the story, and I remember when it was coming out, I wasn't actually sure if I wanted to read it. Don't get me wrong, I love Nico, I love his story. He's never been my favorite character. I am more of a Percy Jackson girly, but I really do love his story, especially all of the attention and care that he is given in the Heroes of Olympus series. So it was really nice to finally get a book from his perspective, and then to know that this book was going to detail like his relationship with Will and everything like that. It was really exciting that we were finally getting this type of story from Rick Riordan. This book takes place a little bit after the events of the Trials of Apollo, which Will and Nico are in, and things that they do in those books do have implications within this one. So I would say if you haven't read the Trials of Apollo, you might be like a little bit spoiled, but not too bad. So if you wanted to skip to this one, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But Nico has been having these really horrible nightmares, and he has been hearing Bob the Titan's voice in his head all this time, telling him to listen, to come find him, to come free him from Tartarus. And he is issued a quest from Rachel to go down there and rescue him. He's not gonna go alone though. Of course, Will is going to go with them, and it's interesting because they're going just the two of them, and normally if you go in a quest that's anything other than 3, that means that terrible things are going to happen, and there is a line in the quest saying that something of equal value will be left behind. I really like the premise of the story, and I also really like that the villain is set up to be the goddess Nyx, who is the goddess of night, and that was really interesting. But ultimately, I feel like this book should have just been a novella. There's a lot in this, but a lot of it is just kind of restating the same things over and over and over again. I am definitely more of an angst person, and this book is much more fluff than it is angst, which admittedly, yes, Nico and Will do deserve, but I feel like their story was never really going anywhere. Like, Rick Riordan and Mark Oshiro were trying to like tell us something about Nico, and he was trying to like discover this thing inside of him, but it was very clear to me, like from the beginning of this book, that Nico already knew these things. He already had accepted these things about himself. So when we get there in the end, it just didn't like hit for me as hard as I think it could have, because as the story is going on, we get a lot of Nico grappling with the same thing over and over and over again, and it's always to the same conclusion of that he knows what the conclusion is. So it just felt a little bit slow and laggy because of that. I also wish we could have gotten more perspectives from Will. Like, he gets to tell a handful of chapters, and I really liked his chapters. I think they were fun. They offer a very different perspective from Nico. So I wish we could have gotten more of that. The way that this book is paced is just so weird to me because it is longer than I feel like it needs to be. And because of that, I'm like, okay, well, you should have given us more Will, but that's not exactly what we got. And I also will say I found the writing to be very repetitive in just like the word choices and things like that. I really wish that I was reading this on Kindle so I could like go back and like search up how many times like certain words were used, because I felt like I was reading literally the same bits of dialogue over and over and over again. It's very disheartening for me because this is like the first book by Rick Riordan that I just have flat out just not really enjoyed. I still did give it 4 stars, and I am giving it a B- because I think a lot of it is just that this book personally wasn't to my taste. I do think that they were doing something really impactful here with telling Nico's side of the story, and I'm really glad that we did finally get to see that. But I will say, I think I would have enjoyed this a lot more if it had been just a novella, like if it had been shorter, or if we could have gotten more of a story, more of like a conflict within Nico and Will, because as it was, it just didn't really do it for me. So like, I would recommend it if you really love Nico as a character, if you are excited to see more from their story, if you like more of that hurt, comfort, and fluff, you're definitely gonna like this one. I just wish we could have had a little bit more going on behind the scenes. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to Top Books with me every week. That's everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.